establishment of a greater German empire. The early years of the war saw rapid German victories facilitated by the Blitzkrieg tactics, which involved swift, coordinated attacks using infantry, tanks, and air power. By the mid-1940s, Germany had conquered much of Western Europe, including France. Japan's invasion of China began with the Marco Polo Bridge incident on July 7, 1937. This conflict marked the beginning of the Second Sino-Japanese War, which later emerged into the broader context of World War II. The invasion was part of Japan's broader imperialist strategy to expand its influence and control in East Asia. Thank you, sir.
Well, not these variants.
The tide of the war began in 1942 with two crucial events. The German invasion of the Soviet Union and the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor. Operation Barbarossa, the invasion of the Soviet Union, initially brought significant German advances, but the harsh winters and fierce Soviet resistance stalled and eventually reversed German progress. Meanwhile, Japan's attack on Pearl Harbor on December 7, 1941, brought the United States into the war, significantly bolstering the Allied forces. The subsequent years saw intense fighting across multiple fronts, including North Africa, the Pacific Islands, and Eastern Europe. Key battles such as Stalingrad and Midway marked the turning points, with the Axis powers increasingly on the defensive. Now, the final phase of World War II saw the Allies advancing on all fronts. In Europe, the D-Day invasion of Normandy on June 6, 1944. So the 80th anniversary of the June 6 landings is coming up this year. This led to liberation of France and pushed German forces back towards their own borders. By May 1945, Berlin had fallen, and Germany surrendered unconditionally, marking the end of the war in Europe. In the Pacific, the use of atomic bombs on Japanese cities of Hiroshima and Nagasaki on August 1945 forced Japan to surrender, effectively ending World War II. The war had profound and lasting effects, leading to significant geopolitical changes, the emergence of the United Nations, and the Soviet Union and the United States as superpowers, and of course the establishment of the United Nations, aimed at preventing future global conflicts. World War II resulted in an unprecedented loss of life. In the 4-year span that the United States was in World War II, over 406,000 Americans lost their lives. The total number of deaths in World War II ranges from somewhere 70 to 85 million people. This staggering figure includes both military personnel and civilians. Military deaths are estimated to be around 21 to 25 million, with the remaining fatalities being civilians, many of whom perished due to the Holocaust, bombings, starvation, disease, and other war-related causes. So today, we're celebrating American armor, the armor that helped win World War II. So with that, we are good to go. Everyone give a big round of applause. Now here we have them coming off the line here. And right here, one tank starting up there. All right, now the first to make its way into the procession is the iconic Jeep.
Yes, the Ford GPW/Willys, as it was known, officially known as the U.S. truck quarter-ton 4x4.
Yep.
Saw service across all fronts as late as the Vietnam War.
35,000 of these were built.
Used things as simple as
And brought to
selling
Germany.
to transporting trailers.
And almost all of them were destroyed.
Gasoline, things like that.
35,000 were sent there. Only 6,500 made it back.
Yep, that sounds good. So they're pulling that up.
I think that's on there right now.
One of the most mass-produced small four-wheel vehicles during World War II.
Willie's Jeep.
That's a Willys.
Right there, the vehicle right there, yeah, it's a Willie's.
Let's get one of those.
Hmm?
Let's get one of those. Maybe with a windshield.
So of course,
Yeah, it has
during
to
World War
hold it
II,
down.
Yeah,
the
they hold it
United
down.
States produced several different models
Those
of
things can be
tanks and
taken
armored
apart and put back
vehicles,
together in seconds.
reflecting a range of designs for various combat roles. The primary models of tanks during World War II included the M2 light tank, the M3 Stuart, M5 Stuart, M3 Grant, M4 Sherman, M24 Chaffee, and M26
Very
Pershing.
good Sherman tank.
In this case, we have of course, the two Sherman tanks, the M4 Sherman tanks, two Stuarts that are in line, and then the M24 Chaffee and the M36 tank destroyer. So I think they're getting ready to pull those out now.
There, they got it. I think, yeah, that one's on wheels.
I think we're ready. The applause to get the M8 started here.
Get the M8. There it goes.
Here it comes.
Pulling up now is our M8 Greyhound.
Gotta get bounced.
Across Western Europe in 300 armored cavalry units, scouting. 37mm cannon across Northern.
Because a half-track and then a Stuart.
6 wheels.
Yeah.
Here we have the M3 half track.
That thing had major, like, very good upgrades on it. One of them had an anti-aircraft gun, a... Yep.
Let's get one of them. And ride it around the woods.
I think that's the V2 variant. The V1 did have that scoop on the back